My name is Yohansi Santana, and I am the owner of Divicious Deli and Coffee Shop. I was born and raised in New York. I come from a family that was born and raised in the Dominican Republic, and I moved to Polk County in 2007. My grandparents were born and raised in the Dominican Republic. My mom and my dad were also born and raised in the Dominican Republic. They immigrated to New York, where they went to provide a better life for their two daughters. It was hard for them, because first of all, they had the language barrier. They were moving to a different state completely, and they worked all type of jobs just to make it happen. When my parents arrived to New York as immigrant, it was in the 70s, and it was a very hard time for people that were not born and raised in New York. My mom, she decided that she wanted to become a fashion designer, and she pursued that degree. And she became a fashion designer, but she used to do her designs and her sewing at home while taking care of us. And my father, on the other hand, he was a cook, and he served many restaurants as a cook to provide for his family, leaving behind their dreams, their education, because at this point it was all about providing for their family. Later on, after that, he became a business owner. He purchased grocery stores, which are well known as the bodega in New York, and he owned multiple of that, and he's an amazing business owner. My father is an amazing cook, all right? He's not a chef with a degree, but he's definitely a chef, and he was the one that inspired me to have my own business, to pursue my dreams, and I guess that's where it comes. It's in my blood. My father also, when I was going to open Divicious Deli, first thing I did was to call him and ask for help, because he's the base of our life. But all the recipes are my father. All the secret ingredients are my father, and they of course include some type of Dominican seasoning. Food is very important in every culture, and we have our own seasoning that identify us from other Caribbeans. Like Puerto Ricans have their seasoning, Dominicans have their own, and also Cubans. So it's a little different. The music, merengue, of course, that's something that is a staple, and it's part of the Dominican. Also, we have bachata, and all the music, the food, the happiness of the people, it's what makes the Dominican Republic what it is. Well, it's so funny because sometimes I tell my daughters, you girls are more Dominican than me, okay? They are all about the Dominican flag, the merengue, the bachata, all the music, all the art. They really, I think we've done a great job by teaching them that, where we come from in our culture. At home, we speak Spanish and English, basically Spanish, so they can be bilingual. So right there, we're putting a foundation of our culture. The way we dress, all that is very influential in them. They need to know where their grandparents, their great-grandparents, and their parents came from. My husband is Dominican, so my daughters have to understand that it is important for us that they respect our culture. And by respecting our culture, it needs to be by what they learn. Opening a business is one of my biggest accomplishments, but it also comes with some type of challenges. Sometimes when you go to a place and you're speaking Spanish, well, you do have people turning around looking at you like, why are they talking Spanish when we live in America? I had a client that she questioned me why I was speaking Spanish in my own business, and that we live in America. And I told her, I was born and raised in New York. I speak fluent English, but we have the freedom of speech. The Hispanic community is a growing and powerful community. Thanks to our culture, our base, it has shaped me to have my work ethic and my visions accomplished. The Hispanic community is a very hardworking community, and I think it should be celebrated, the Hispanic heritage, because by celebrating, we're supporting them at the same time. And the Hispanic community in Lakeland, it's growing a lot, and it's doing a lot of things to make us shine.